Lord, this morning, when the soft light dawns upon a weary world, I lift my soul to thy presence, like a sheep that recognizes the voice of the shepherd and longs for his steps. Thou art my shepherd, and I shall not want of thee, of thy care, of thy renewed mercy. My soul, restless from the battles of yesterday, is now still, like the still waters that flow in the valleys where hope is reborn. In thee I find rest. In thee I find the refreshment that no human achievement can give. Guide me, Lord, beyond the chaos, beyond the distractions that the world cries out for as soon as it wakes up. While men run after the wind, I prostrate myself in silence before your altar, asking for direction. Lead me to your straight paths, along the paths of justice for the sake of your name and not mine. May my will bow before yours, and may my heart learn to trust, even when it does not understand, even when the road seems arid and dark. Teach me to hear your whisper in the details of everyday life, in the small interruptions, in the pauses that heaven allows to teach me to depend, to wait, to obey. You know, O Father, how many times my soul has walked through deep valleys, where the shadow of death seems to stretch on endlessly. There are nights that seem to have no morning. There are pains that insist on remaining even after prayer. But even there, even in the darkest place, you are with me. Your staff guides me, your rod protects me. You do not leave me alone, and that is enough. You surround me even when my eyes do not see you. You comfort me even when the tears have not yet ceased. You sustain me even when I do not understand where the strength to continue comes from. And so this morning I worship you, not only for the answers I hope for, but for your presence that is greater than all of them. Not only for the deliverance I seek, but because you are my help before I even cry out. I do not want to follow you just because of what you can do, but because you are worthy, and because my soul was made to be with you. Put in me, Lord, a broken spirit, sensitive to your voice. Let my prayer not be noise, but essence. Let my words be poured out like perfume before you. This morning I ask that you would make my soul dwell in your green pastures, not as a physical place, but as an inner state where peace that surpasses understanding reigns, that even when the hustle and bustle of the day engulfs me, I may remain centered in you. Give me, Lord, that faith that does not waver, that confidence that does not waver in the face of the dangers along the way. And if on this day I have to walk unknown paths, guide me. If I find closed doors, strengthen me so I don't turn back. If I feel alone, remind me that you are the God who walks with me, even if everyone else leaves me. And if fear tries to whisper in my ear, speak louder to my spirit, and remind me that I am yours. O eternal shepherd, in this continuation of the prayer that springs from my soul, I seek you as a thirsty traveler seeks shade in the desert. I have no other shelter than you. You know my weaknesses, my hidden temptations, the inner deserts that no one sees. And yet you draw near with compassion. You do not judge me as the world judges me, but you lift me up with everlasting arms that carry the burden of the weary and heal the broken-hearted. You prepare a table before me, even when enemies still surround my story. I don't wait for the end of the battles to see your goodness. I see it in the midst of the struggle. I see it when my soul gives up, but your spirit renews me. You are the God who anoints my head with oil, even when weariness threatens to dull my vision. Your anointing is balm for my identity. It reminds me of who I am in you, even when the world tries to make me forget. On this morning that is just beginning, I ask that you give me spiritual sensitivity to discern the steps I must take. May my eyes not be guided by appearances, but by your word. May direction not come from anxiety, but from the certainty that dwells in your presence. I do not want to run ahead of the cloud or fall behind when the fire advances. I want to walk at the pace of your spirit, like a sheep that trusts in the touch of the shepherd, even when the paths are steep and lacking in light. My cup overflows, Lord, not with riches, but with gratitude, because even though I didn't deserve it, I was found by you. Even when I was silent, you didn't stop talking to me. Your love pursues me, and that disarms me. Your goodness reaches me where I didn't expect it. Even on a bad day, when everything seems to be against me, I can lift my eyes and declare, you are with me, and that is enough. Clothe me with strength, Lord, but not with the strength of arrogance, but with the strength that bows at your feet. Give me courage, but with the courage that depends on your hand. May I face the giants with the certainty that I am not alone. May I cross the deserts with the faith that your cloud still covers the day and your fire lights the night. And if I cry today, may my tears be seeds thrown before your throne, trusting that the time of harvest will come. And when the world offers me shortcuts, remind me of your path. When men push me to make thoughtless decisions, remind me of your direction. And if, at some point, I forget your voice because of the noise around me, silence the world within me and leave only the sound of your whisper. May I know how to stop and listen, even if it costs me the applause of men. May I know how to obey, even when it takes me down lonely paths. May I know how to wait, even when everything screams for haste. Yes, Lord, renew me now. Renew me as the dew renews the grass. Make all things new within me, erase old hurts, break invisible chains, unlock doors that fear has closed, and make me walk with my head held high, not out of pride, but because your forgiveness has lifted me up. Teach me to forgive as I have been forgiven. Teach me to love as I have been loved. Teach me to trust even when everything seems uncertain. For you are my shepherd, and that will never change. Lord, in this last part of my plea, I do not come just to speak, I come to pour myself out. What I have is yours. What I am belongs to your will. Nothing is more precious than living in your presence every day of my life. You are my dwelling place, my security, my refuge. I do not seek blessings, I seek your face. I do not run after miracles, I run into your arms. For to live in your house is to live in the center of peace, even if everything around us roars. And so I give you my thoughts, my afflictions, my most secret pains. Take the corners of my heart where no one else enters. Search me with your eternal gaze. Clean the cellars of my soul. Renew my interior until there is nothing left in me that prevents you from acting. Exchange my laments for hope, my rigidity for meekness, my haste for trust. I want to live guided by the certainty that your goodness and mercy will follow me every day. Even when I stumble, even when I falter, even when my choices are foolish, your mercy will lift me up. Your goodness will surround me. I no longer want to walk by my own strength because it fails. I want to follow in the footsteps of the shepherd who knows every part of the path, even when my eyes can't see a hand's breadth ahead. Lead me today, Lord. Take me by the hand. If necessary, carry me in your arms, and if I fall, do not let shame paralyze me. Give me eyes that see beyond the fall, ears that hear beyond the accusation, and a heart that beats once again in the frequency of grace. I want to dwell with you, not for a moment of spiritual ecstasy, but every day, even on ordinary days, even on silent mornings, even in repeated routines. I want to recognize you there. I want to walk with you until the end. And when this day is done, may I lay my head down and say, I have been with the Lord. I have walked through valleys, but he has kept me. I have been afraid, but he has spoken to me. I have had doubts, but he has held me. I have been tempted, but he has delivered me, and your peace, O God, which cannot be explained, has kept my heart. It has kept my mind. It has kept my life. May your presence, Lord, not be a visit, but a dwelling place. May I not only find you in the early morning hours of clamor, but also in the silence of the afternoon, in the tiredness of work, in the waiting for promises. May my heart never lose sight of you, even when my eyes are tired. May my soul never settle far from you. You are the only place where there is life, strength, and peace. You are my shepherd, and for you I will follow every day of my existence until my soul finally rests in the eternity of your embrace. Amen. Lord, on this morning when silence still hangs over the world, before hurried footsteps awaken the rush of the cities, before human voices overpower the sound of your breeze, I prostrate myself in spirit before your presence. Like David, the psalmist who knew you in the fields and in wars, in the psalms and in the silences, I come to call you shepherd, not because I learned this from a hurried reading, but because my soul recognizes that nothing can guide it if it is not your hands. You are my shepherd, I shall not want. I shall lack nothing of you, Lord. I shall lack nothing when the days are dark and the answers are delayed. I shall lack nothing when the doors close and the hearts grow distant. Because where you are, there is everything I need. In you there is no absence. In you there is no emptiness. In you everything is filled with meaning, even that which to the eyes seems purposeless. You lead me to green pastures, even when the world around me seems dry and arid. Even when the news screams tragedy, even when anxiety tries to take root, you take me to a place where the soul breathes. And it is not just the feet that walk, it is the spirit that finds a home. Make me lie down, Lord, not because I am tired in body, but because my soul needs to rest in safety. To lie down in your pastures is to declare that I trust. It is to hand over the weights that I have carried for so long. It is to admit that I am not strong enough to guide my own steps. Lead me to the still waters, Lord, to those that do not shout, that do not frighten, that do not drown. This takes me to the springs where there is no turbulence, but peace. Because only the waters that flow from you restore. Only what comes from you can refresh the parts of my being that time has dried out. Restore my soul, Father. Restore my joy in seeking you. Restore my sensitivity to your voice. Restore the sparkle in the eyes of those who have seen your faithfulness in the desert. Many times I try to appear whole, but inside me there are fractures that only your touch can heal. You do not mend in haste, you sew with mercy. Your needle is made of grace, and the thread is your love that does not give up on me. Make my soul new this morning. Guide me along the paths of righteousness, not along the easy routes, not along the paths of human approval, but along the narrow roads where few want to travel, but where the fullness of your will is found. May I not confuse applause with direction. May I not exchange truth for convenience. May I not get lost in shortcuts that seem faster, but take my heart away from yours. Guide me not because of my goodness, but for the love of your name, because your name is worthy, and where your name is exalted, the path flourishes. May my journey be a testimony of those who follow you, even when the road is rocky. And even if I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I have walked through it, Lord, even if my days are filled with uncertainties, diagnoses, goodbyes, betrayals, or fears that I can't even name, I will fear no evil, because you are with me. You weren't just there in the good times, and you won't just be there in the glorious future. You are with me now. In the moment I write with my soul in prayer, in the silence of the room, in the tiredness of my legs, in the tears that don't flow but burn. You are there, present, real, faithful, unchanging. Your rod and your staff comfort me, even when they correct me, even when they call me back, even when I resist. Even when they tap me on the shoulder and make me change direction, even without explanation, I am comforted by the knowledge that I am in your care. I am not lost. I am in process. I am not forgotten. I am being shaped. I am not abandoned. I am being taught. What comfort it is to know that your care goes deeper than my understanding, that your love is not passive but active. It corrects, it teaches, it strengthens, it redirects. Your rod does not strike without purpose. Your staff does not strike without direction. How many times have I found myself alone in the midst of a crowd? How many times have I been surrounded by empty words and hasty glances? How many times have I tried to explain pains that have no name? And every time there you were, quiet but present, invisible but palpable, and all it took was a verse, a praise, a whisper in my conscience, and everything changed. Because when the shepherd speaks, chaos falls silent. When he touches, fear bows. When he guides, even the dark alleys have a way out. And this morning, I need your guidance, Lord. I don't want to trust my compass because it fails. I don't want to follow my intuition because it is unstable. I just want to follow your voice. If my heart wavers today, hold it with your peace. If my feet tremble, steady them with your word. If I wander into vain distractions, call me back with your spirit. I want to walk with you in every choice, every decision, every conversation. Not just in the high moments of faith, but in the quiet intervals of the day, when no one is watching, when the world is too busy to notice. There I want to hear you. There I want to feel you. There I want to depend on you. You are my shepherd. And if you are, then I have everything. Not the everything that the world values, but the everything that eternity recognizes. Peace, direction, and strength. The peace that cannot be explained but can be felt. The direction that cannot be seen but can be obeyed. The strength that is not found in muscles but in bended knees. Give me, Lord, these three treasures this morning. Give them to me not to keep, but to live, to witness, to glorify you in all that I do. Thus I pray, thus I surrender, with faith, with reverence, with living hope that being in you is the safest place where my soul can dwell.